Hello everyone. Let's try to solve few questions based on the Naive Bayes classifier here. Okay. So you can see our statement here. A Naive Bayes classifier is used for a two-class problem with a label y1 and y2. So we are dealing with a binary classification problem. We have two classes y1 and y2 here, and this is the given probability. Okay, that is basically a prior probability we can say. Okay. For a feature vector x, probability of x given y1 is 0.2, probability of x given y2 is 0.5 here, right? So find out the probability of misclassifying of x. Okay, this is the given question to us. So probability of misclassifying of x is basically equivalent to what? 1 minus probability of classifying the x, right? So what we need to find out? This one. So we need to find out probability of classifying the x, and also this x belongs to which class, which label, y1 or y2. That is what we need to find out here. Simple question, right? So if you observe this, what we need to find out? If we have a x given, then if we have a x given, then this x belongs to which class? That is basically what? Probability of y1 given x and probability of y2 given x. So if you understand the concept of Naive Bayes classifier, what we have discussed in the video, so we need to find out the what? For a given feature, we need to find out the probability of class for a given feature. Again, probability of another class for a given feature. And whichever the probability will be maximum out of these two, then we can say this particular x belongs to this y1 if this probability is maximum. If this probability is maximum, then we can say this x belongs to this particular class y2 like that. Okay. So in short, what we need to find out these two probability in the case of Naive Bayes classifier. So please remember this particular thing here. So let's try to calculate these two probabilities now. So simple, based on the Bayes theorem, what we can write down? This is basically equivalent to what? Probability of x given y1 into probability of y1 divided by probability of x. Similarly here, probability of x given y2 into probability of y2 given probability of x here, right? So we have these two things here, right? What is unknown? Probability of x here. So how to find out probability of x? By law of total probability, right? That is nothing but you can see here probability of x given y1 into probability of y1 plus probability of x given y2 into probability of y2 here, right? Now simple calculation, let's try to do. So 0.2 into 0.4 plus 0.6 into 0.5 here. That is basically equivalent to what here? So this is basically 8 by 100 and this is basically 30 by 100 we can say. That is 38 by 100, right? So 19 by 50 we can write down like that. Okay. Now this is what P of x we have. Now we just need to put the values in this two and just find out the answer. That's it, right? So if you look at here, you can see first we'll find out probability of y1 given x. So that is basically equivalent to what? So here we have 0.2 into 0.4 divided by 19 in by 50. Similarly, probability of y2 given x is basically what? 0.5 into 0.6 divided by 19 divided by 50 like that. So you can do the calculation. So here this will go like that. So let's do one thing. It's 38 by 100 only. We'll see. Here also 38 by 100. Okay. So 100 will go in numerator. That will become 8 divided by 38. And this will become what? 30 divided by 38 here. Right. So you can see here, right? So 8 divided by 38 and 30 divided by 38. So which one is maximum out of these two probability? This one. It means what? X belongs to Y2 label. This is what we can write here. X belongs to Y2 label because probability of Y2 given X is maximum, right? So this is how we can apply a Naive Bayes classifier for a given problem. So this is basically X belongs to Y2. If in the question, if they ask for this X belongs to which class, Y1 or Y2, so you can say X belongs to Y2. What is the probability of classifying of X? That is basically this one. Probability of classifying of X maximum out of this two, right? But what we need to find out probability of misclassifying of X, that is basically equals to 1 minus 30 divided by 38. That is basically what? 8 by 38. So that is basically 5 by 19 here, right? So if you do 50 by this one, 190. So what is this? Point 238, then 120. So point 2 something will be there, right? So this is the answer for this particular question. You can do the calculation. So answer will be point 2 something here, right? Up to 2 decimal places here. So I hope you understand the concept here, what we have done, right? This is what we need to do. If a vector is given to us, feature vector is given to us, and we are dealing with a classification problem, what we need to do for the given features, we need to find out probability of y1 is class 1 given that feature, probability of class 2 given that feature, and whichever the probability is maximum. So whichever the probability is maximum out of this two, that will be a probability of classifying of X, and X, or we can say that feature will belong to that particular label here. Okay, I hope you understand the concept of Naive Bayes classifier here. Okay. Now we have one more question similar to this one. Question number 2 here. Same thing. Here y1 is important, y2 is not important. Emails, right? We have a probability. We have the given probability for a feature vector x, right? And we need to find out these three things. So whatever we have done in the previous question, same thing you have to do. Find out these probabilities. That is basically a posterior probability. These are basically what? Prior probability. So please remember the naming also here, right? Prior probability and posterior probability. We need to find out the class also. So whichever the probability will be maximum, X will belong to that particular label. Then we need to find out the probability of misclassifying of X, what we have done in the previous question. Same thing we have to do. Okay. So this will be a homework question. So question number 2, homework. So first please solve this particular question and then you can continue with the video. Okay. So please try to solve this question and comment your answer below. That is homework question. Question number 2 like that, and your answer you have to mention here. Okay. So please comment down your answer. Okay. So let's discuss this particular question. Question number 3 here. A data set is used to classify emails as spam or not spam. A training data consists of 100 emails. So we have 100 emails, right? Out of which 40 emails are spam. So you can see spam are 40 emails. Non-spam are basically what? 60 emails here, right? The word offer appears in 20 of the spam emails. Out of this 40, out of this 40 in 20 words, which word is appear? Offer, right? And 6 of not spam email, and out of this 60 word in 6 emails, the word offer appears, right? The word free appears in 30 of the spam email. In 30 emails, the word free appears, right? And here in 12 emails, the word free appears, right? You can see 12 of the non-spam email. So what we need to do, using the Naive Bayes classification, calculate the probability that a new email containing both the words offer and free is spam. So this is basically what? Probability that new email containing both the words, so this is given to us offer and free, is basically a spam. So probability of spam given the word offer equals to 1 and free equals to 1. So why it is equals to 1? Because we are saying this word is present. If they ask for email containing the word offer but not free, in that case free will be 0, offer will be equals to 1. So whenever I am writing down offer equals to 1, it means we are finding out the spam email in which offer word is present. If free is equals to 1, it means free is present. If we put offer equals to 0, it means offer is not present in that particular email. Okay. So here we are dealing with what? It is also binary classification problem, because we are dealing with a two class, spam and not spam. But here we have two features, free and offer. These are the two things. X1 is basically we can say offer, and X2 is basically we can say free here. Unlike in the previous question, we are just dealing with the one feature vector here. Okay. I hope you understand the given scenario. This is what we need to find out. Okay. Now let's find out the probability first. That is prior probability. So now tell me, what is the probability of email being spam? S stand for spam and NS stand for not spam. Okay. So you can see out of 100 emails, 40 are spam. That is basically 40 divided by 100. So 2 by 5 here. Probability of not spam is basically what? Is basically is 60 divided by 100. That is 3 by 5 here. Right. So we got the prior probability here. Right. So what we need to find out this one. Right. So you can see here, right? So based on this, what we can find out, probability that the word offer equals to what appear given the email spam is what? So out of 40 spam email, 20 are in 20 emails the word offer appears. That is basically a 1 by 2 here, right? What about the probability in which the word free appears equals to 1 given spam? That is basically what? 30 divided by 40 here. That is 3 by 4. Okay. So this is based on the spam. Now similarly, what is the probability that the word free appears given the email are not spam? That is basically a what? 12 by 60, right? So that will be equivalent to what? 1 by 5. What is the probability that offer appears given not spam? That is basically what? 6 by 60. That is 1 by 10 here. Okay. So this is what we can get from this particular given thing here. Okay. So this is, I hope you understand what we have done here, how we find out these four probabilities. Now tell me, what is the probability that email is spam but offer does not appear? It means what? Probability of offer equals to 0 means offer what does not appear but email is spam given to us. That will be equivalent to 1 minus this probability, that is 1 by 2. That is again a 1 by 2 here. Alright. Similarly, what is the probability that the email is spam but the word free is not appear? That is basically probability of free equals to 0 given spam is basically equals to what? 1 minus 3 by 4, that is 1 by 4 here. Okay. So this is also very, very important thing to note down here, because in this case they are mentioning that both words are present, right? Offer equals to 1 we can write, free equals to 1 we can write. But if they ask for the email is spam containing the word offer but not the free, so in that email only offer word is present but not free. In that case you need to find out offer equals to 1, then free equals to 0. Okay. So in that case you require these probabilities also. Very, very important point to note here. Okay. So we'll discuss few questions based on that also. Okay. But let's try to solve this question. So we have done all the calculation here. Now what we need to find out? This particular thing. Okay. So let me write down here probability that email is spam given the offer equals to 1 and the free equals to 1. So this is equals to what? Again here we need to apply what? Bayes theorem. Probability that given offer equals to 1 and free equals to 1 given the email is spam into probability of spam email divided by probability of offer equals to 1, free equals to 1, like that. Okay. So this is according to the Bayes theorem. So we have this probability of PS, we have this probability of offer equals to 1, F equals to 1 here, right? So no, we need to find out that, okay, because we are dealing with the two feature thing here. So if you observe, these are the independent things. So we can write down this as like this. That will be probability of offer equals to 1 given spam into probability of free word is present, that is equals to 1 given spam into probability of spam. This is what we can write here, right? This will be what? This only, right? Divided by, now what is this? Probability of offer equals to 1 and free equals to 1. Again, we are saying law of total probability here. But here offer and free both words are independent of each other, right? If you observe, right? So here what we can do here, probability of offer equals to 1, free equals to 1 is basically what? So probability of offer equals to 1, free equals to 1, given the email spam into probability of spam email plus probability of offer equals to 1, free equals to 1, given the email is not spam into probability of not spam here. That's it. So if you do the calculation, let's see. Again, this is basically equivalent to what? Let me write down a separate thing here. Probability of offer equals to 1, free equals to 1, given as will be what? Because these are the independent features. So we can write down this as probability of offer equals to 1 given as into probability of free equals to 1 given as here. Okay. So similarly, we can do here as well. So I'm just writing down directly the values now here. So you can see this is basically equivalent to what? Offer and free being the email spam 1 by 2, 3 by 4. So 1 by 2, 3 by 4, and here we have spam email is 2 by 5, right? Plus again this one, that will be what? 1 by 5 and 1 by 10, 1 by 5 and 1 by 10 into probability of not spam is 3 by 5 here. So if you do the calculation, this will get cancelled. This is basically 3 by 20 plus here we have what? This 3 by, so 50, that is basically what? 2500 here, like that. Okay, so 250, sorry, 250, yeah. So 3 divided by 250 here, right? So you can do the calculation here. What will be the answer, right? So same thing we have to put it here. So I'm writing this down as here. Okay, so this will be equivalent to what? 0.15 plus. What about this one? So this is equivalent to 0.012. So you can see here 0.162 will be the answer here. That is 0.162. So we need to write down this as well. This is nothing but what? This only what we have done, right? So that is again 3 by 20, that is 0.15 here. So 0.15 divided by this 0.162 here, right? So you can do the calculation. Whatever the calculation will be there, that is basically a probability for this particular given scenario, and that will be the answer. Okay, so you can just do the calculation here. So this is the answer for this one. The probability that a new email containing both word offer and free is spam is basically this one. Okay, so that's it. I hope you understand what we have done in this particular video. Okay, so this is what we need to find out. I hope you understand this thing. Now if you understand this thing, this is a homework question for you. Try to solve this question. Homework question, question number 4 in this case, let's say. Okay, so we need to find out this one. Probability that the email is not spam given offer equals to 0 and free equals to 1. Means offer is not present, but what free is present. What is the probability? Probability of email being not spam offer equals to 1, free equals to 1. Again try to find out this one. Again probability that email is spam provided that free is present but offer is not present here. So you need to find out these three probabilities here. Okay, so this will be P1, P2 and P3. So comment your answer here, solve this question and comment your answer P1, P2 and P3 like that. Okay, I hope you understand what I have written here. Okay, So you need to find out these things also. Probability that the word is not present given the email is spam, like that. Okay. So just try to do calculation, comment your answer below. We'll check and reply. Okay. So that's it from my side. Thank you.